Mediocre Theater is brought to you by comments, red stars, and hitting the yellow button. Thank you. On today's episode of Mediocre Theater, we will be doing a reading of Gulliver's Travels, but not just any story from Gulliver's Travels. Recently, a manuscript of a fifth adventure of Gulliver recently appeared, and I will be reading to you from that story. We will start off today with Chapter 2. We've read Chapter 1 already. In it, Gulliver's ship, the Bedonsky, was sunk in the South Pacific, and he found a land which he's stuck on right now, and that land is Toddland, since that is the name of the part. Chapter 2, in which the author lands on Toddland, meets two of the people who live there, discovers who they are, and attempts to escape. I marveled at the strange land I had crashed on. I looked up and down the coast. The land continued for as far as the eye can see. Given that I was not wearing my glasses, that wasn't very far. Therefore, it is no surprise that I was surprised when the long-haired stranger approached me. Seeing the wretched state I was in, he decided to take me back to his village. He called into the group of trees, and a fat middle-aged man in a smock came out. The two talked to each other, pointing at myself in the woods several times. Although I had trouble understanding their coarse and unrefined accent, I could tell they were speaking in broken English. I was able to determine that the long-haired stranger was named Chris, and the fat one, a baker, was named after the work he did, which was filleting a local fish called robo. The two pointed to the woods and began walking. I followed them and attempted to introduce myself. I explained to them my current predicament, and asked if they could somehow help me get off of the island. They laughed, and their answer disheartened me. They were shipwrecked here so long ago that they couldn't remember how many years it was. Although they had built small ships, they could not survive in the ocean, and there were no islands nearby. The boats were only good for catching fish, and enough boats worked together, hunting the overabundant fail whales. As we entered the woods, they became frightened, and warned me about a beast known as a drop cat. They were known to lurk in the woods fast on newcomers. After an hour hike in the woods, in silence, I wondered what ship had crashed. Were they Navy, or were they merchantmen? They laughed again and told me they were from the HMS Naramon, the famed prison ship of Nar that disappeared 20 years ago in the South Pacific. Nervous of what these barbarians might do to me in their village, I devised a cunning plan. I told them that I needed to defecate and asked for privacy. As they left to give me that privacy, I ran through the woods, trying to retrace our path. I heard sounds around me and worried that it might be them. I heard a hissing sound and looked up. In the trees were drop cats! One of the cats fell down, about to kill me, but a harpoon pierced his chest, pushing his body out of my way. The other drop cats in the trees scattered away from me. Chris ran over and pulled the harpoon out of the dead cat. He turned away, and we walked the rest of the way to his village in silence. End of Chapter 2. In the next chapter, we will meet Chris's beautiful wife, Liv, and her secret lover, Rob. Ooh.